Good afternoon to you, Michelle, and to our viewers at home. Well, certainly we've seen leaders of all 33 political parties and an independent candidate, taking to the podium, pledging, good behavior ahead of May 29 elections here in KwaZulu-Natal, which becomes a very hotly contested province this time around, as we've seen the emergence of new parties with the MK coming into the picture. But we've seen political party leaders, particularly premier candidates, taking to the podium, pledging, and committing to a peaceful elections come May 29. You do know that the province in the past has been characterized by, political instabilities whenever it's an election period. But we've seen political leaders, taking to the podium and pledging that this time around it will be a peaceful one. As we are joined by the ANC's premier candidate, who's the chairperson of the ANC in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, you went to the podium, you took up a pledge signing that code of conduct ahead of the elections. What are we expecting from the ANC, and what does this mean for your party?
Thank you so much, Kadeza. Let me greet your good self and your viewers at home. I'm sure I must just firstly correct that we only have the presidential candidate, which is Comrade Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa, in the ANC as the resolution as we speak. All of us are rallying behind the vision of the ANC. Today we had to make a pledge because it is always critical that as we garner for support, we must balance the equation. Let us protect the image of the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Let us protect our people. Let us promote peace amongst our supporters. We have already done that today, that as the ANC we are committed. Fortunate for us, we are also celebrating 30 years that we fought for the entire time. 342 years this country was under oppression and suppression. It means that when the new dispensation arrived as a result of the ANC, we had to do something. But we promote peace, and we're glad how the political parties today behave. And we signed the code of conduct, and we are going to adhere to the T in ensuring that we promote that. And the entire justice cluster, the provincial commissioner Baba Mkwana was present, the NPA was present, and judge president, and we are going to conform to all the standards. And at the end of the day, we want to have a decisive victory as the ANC, but in a naturalized way, where people are excited, where people are celebrating at the same time.
The issue of political tolerance amongst political leaders and political party members, as you know that it's a campaigning season, how do you, encourage your followers or party members, not to interfere with other political parties when they, enter into your dominant sort of like terrains?
I'm sure you know that our democracy has matured. We are fortunate as the ANC. Just take, for instance, at the Teguini, where we are mostly stronger as the ANC. We are involved in the metro, all the township. We allow everyone go to other districts, Moses Mapita, which is Mkungundlovu. We do the same. We go to Herikwala. We do the same. We go to Uku district, which is Tolomana Mnyaiza. We've been doing this for quite some time because we know that it is always okay that people must have a choice. We fought for this democracy, by the way. As early as 1955 in the Freedom Charter, we said that people must have a right to shelter, right to education, right to basic needs, because our respect will come out of that, will emanate out of that. So today was all about that, and we still want to ensure that at the end of the day, by the 29th of May, when the ANC win, it must win in a very peaceful country, peaceful province, because people are also saying that they must come and invest. At the end of the day, after this election, we will still be in charge of ensuring that people must come and invest, attract more tourists, promote a vibrant brand called KwaZulu-Natal.
Thank you very much, Mthombe.
Thank you so much.
Well, that is a very confident ANC chairperson in KwaZulu-Natal. Let me bring into this conversation the chairperson of the IFP in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. You've had episodes where you're barred from entering certain areas of the province as you are on your campaign trail. You had an episode where your security detail was pulled over. All that leading up to the elections. Today you signed a code of conduct pledging and committing to a peaceful. How are you feeling?
Well, first and foremost, one must say it was a confirmation for our participation here. That is the IFP. We are now ready to rescue KwaZulu-Natal and inspire hope to the younger generations and the people of KwaZulu-Natal that there will be new government that will fix problems in this province of KwaZulu-Natal. Well, we are confident that the pledge which was signed by the political parties today will really try and address even the issue of no-go areas. It was quite very unfortunate. It's an isolated incident. We have been all over the province of KwaZulu-Natal. We never experienced such, and we are hopeful that the political parties who are participating here today will be in fact upholding the pledge that we signed. Well, on the issue of my security details, I think is one of those things that will happen on the journey, especially when you seem to be a threat to other political parties. However, as the IFP, calling upon everyone in our province to ensure that we have free and fair elections, peaceful one, and realize the goal of everyone for one objective, to fix this province of KwaZulu-Natal and ensure that we inspire hope.
The issue of political tolerance, IEC came very strong, saying that those who will be in breach of this conduct would have a hefty penalty to pay. How are you ensuring that your party members adhere and respect such a code of conduct?
I think as the IFP were matured in participating in elections, hence we are on an upward trajectory in this province. You recall that in 2019 we became the official opposition, and in 2021 most of the municipalities we were to take over, and even now in by-elections people are supporting the IFP. We are participating in fact peaceful elections all the time as the IFP, and we are hopeful that what has transpired during the past elections will also transpire, wherein you will see our members singing, chanting slogans with other members from other political parties, sharing food, because that's a spirit we wish to unfold. Hence, we believe that in achieving what we want to achieve, to rescue this province of KwaZulu-Natal, we must do that in a peaceful way and in a democratic way.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, that is the premier candidate for the IFP in KwaZulu-Natal, Ubabu Tamintuli. Let me bring into this conversation now the premier candidate for DA, the mayor of Howick, Ubaba Chris Papas. You signed the pledge. What does it mean for you as the Democratic Alliance in the province of KwaZulu-Natal?
So thank you very much for the opportunity. I think this it's a milestone in the election. It's a pledge by all political parties in front of each other, in front of all the people that matter in the process, that we want free and fair elections. I think the DA in this province has consistently performed in a way that is in line with the Constitution, in line with how democracy is supposed to take place, and we further commit ourselves to the elections continuing in a free and fair way.
The issue of political tolerance, are you exercising that in your region?
Yes, we are. I think just as we stand here, our provincial leader, Francois Rogers, is crisscrossing the province, educating our own members and our own activists about different things. And part of that is political education around tolerance. So we have never engaged in any sort of violence. We don't plan on ever doing that. We uphold the principles upon which our democracy is built. And it's important that all political parties engage in an active program, not only for leaders who have responsibility, but all the way down to our activists and volunteers.
Thank you very much, Mr. Papas.
Thank you so much.
Well, let us conclude by bringing into this conversation the premier candidate for ActionSA here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal in the name of Zwagele Mngwango. Mngwango, you complained and you lambasted that there are some political parties that are, at work defacing, promotional and campaigning materials for certain political parties. What influenced that?
Look, I think this day today we really remind leaders the importance of ensuring that the environment is free and fair is actually done in this province. We have a situation where our posters as ActionSA, it should be remembered that as ActionSA we actually erected our posters first, and then we find that our posters have been removed in many areas. Unfortunately, we find that in some cases, in most cases, where our posters are being removed, the IFP posters are already up, so meaning there is that correlation was concerned for us. So we are really concerned about that, but we hope that today, by signing this pledge, parties can go back and engage with their members and call them really to stop what they are doing, because we can't have a free and fair election when our promotional material is being removed.
You signed the pledge. Will you live up to it?
We signed the pledge. we live up to the pledge. We believe that this province can shine again. This province can have peace again. But we know that if leaders can go back and engage with their members, but also the environment can't be conducive, as I was saying earlier, when you've got parties who use state resources for campaigning, where they've got IDP and budget hearings being taken and only one part being invited, and having flags of a political party inside these tents where they're having these IDPs and budget hearings.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mngango.
Thank you.
Well, that is Zwakele Mngango, the premier candidate for ActionSA. But what does this mean politically? Let me bring into this conversation Zakele Ndlovu, who's a political analyst from the University of KwaZulu-Natal. Kacheni, thank you very much for making it. The political landscape of KwaZulu-Natal has been characterized in the past by intolerant political intra and interpolitical, even leading to political assassinations. Such pledges that are presented by the electoral body, what does it mean in the province of KwaZulu-Natal?
Okay, first of all, let me say that the landscape has changed somewhat. We have a new kid on the block, the MK party. It's going to be interesting to see what happens after the elections, because my thinking is that after the elections we could see the MK party joining forces with the ANC to try and retain control of KwaZulu-Natal. As we know, the IFP and the DA are expected to come together and try to form a coalition after the May 29th election. So the entrance of MK into the landscape changes everything, because the expectation was that the ANC was going to lose significant support, but those who are fed up with the ANC are likely to vote for the MK party, thinking that it's the alternative. So it's going to be interesting to see. These are very interesting elections to watch.
Politically, have we matured enough and have we achieved political tolerance? We understand the contestation that comes with elections, all political parties going around the province, making promises to the electorate. But have we achieved political tolerance, especially in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, which was once volatile?
I think we have not achieved political maturity. As we have seen, we continue to see incidents of political intolerance. Just this year, we saw what happened in KwaXeza. And there are so many incidents that demonstrate that our democracy has not matured. So let's hope that after the May 29th elections, we're going to see a change.
Thank you very much, Kacheni.
You're welcome.
Well, that is Ubaba Usandile Ndlovu, who is a political analyst from the University of KwaZulu-Natal. We've seen the Justice and the Security Cluster led by Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, who is the Provincial Commissioner of the South African Police Service here in KwaZulu-Natal, saying that they are tasked with one mandate only, to ensure that the environment is safe and conducive during this upcoming election, saying that they will deploy nothing less than 17,000 police officers who will, be combing the province, ensuring that they are enforcing the law and they are arresting those, who are, found to be against the laws. But we've also seen, the Director of Public Prosecution in KwaZulu-Natal, in the person of Advocate Elaine Harrison, saying that they will expedite and they will speed up the process of prosecution for those who will be found, contravening the electoral code here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. So with that, it's back to you for now, Michelle.